Right now, you're losing something. Maybe it already happened. Maybe it's still coming for you, and nobody's warned you yet. Something you built with your own hands, someone you trusted with things you don't say out loud, the way a room used to look at you before all this started. And by tonight, you will be one of two people, smaller or sharper. Same collapse. Two completely different outcomes, decided by things that have nothing to do with luck. This video is about which one you become, and it has almost nothing to do with what's happening to you. Here's the part nobody tells you. A mind doesn't become unbreakable by avoiding pressure, or by getting lucky, or by being born tough. It becomes unbreakable the exact same way steel does. Heat, force, and repetition, applied on purpose, long before life applies them without asking permission. Blacksmiths have a word for this. They call it forging. What follows are the 4 parts of that process. Skip 1, and you're not unbreakable. You're just untested, waiting for the day that finds out the truth about you. Part 1. The heat. Untouched metal does not bend, it shatters. Before it can be shaped into anything useful, it has to be heated first, softened on purpose, made willing to move. Your mind works exactly the same way. If the first real pressure you ever face is the one life throws at you without warning, on some random Tuesday you didn't see coming, you shatter. Not because you're weak, because you've never once been softened. You've never practiced bending. So the work is simple, even if it's not easy. You go looking for heat on your own terms before life sends it on its own. The cold shower you keep talking yourself out of, the hard conversation you've rescheduled 3 times, the apology you owe someone and keep finding reasons to delay, the workout you do anyway on the day you're already running on empty. None of that is about fitness. None of it is discipline as some kind of hobby. It's about making sure the first time you ever feel real pressure isn't also the worst day of your life. Choose your fire, because if you don't, life will choose it for you. And life does not ask permission first. Part 2. The hammer. Heat alone doesn't shape anything. It just makes the metal soft enough to be hit. And the hammer only ever does one job. It knocks off what doesn't belong. This is where you've probably had it backward your entire life. You think an unbreakable mind means controlling everything around you, your reputation, what people say behind your back, outcomes you can never guarantee no matter how hard you try. That's not strength. That's exhaustion, wearing a strong man's face so nobody asks how tired you actually are. The real hammer strike is smaller than that and sharper. Before every reaction, ask yourself one question. Is this mine to control or not? Their opinion of you, not yours. The delay, the traffic, the decision someone else made without you, not yours. How they choose to remember this 5 years from now, not yours. Your effort, your standards, the very next move you make, entirely yours. Every single time, every ounce of energy you spend gripping the first category is a piece of you the hammer never got the chance to remove. So cut it loose. That's not giving up. That's the strike that actually gives you your shape. Quick gut check before we go further. Think about the last time someone's words got under your skin. Not the event itself, just everything that came after it. How many hours did you spend replaying it in your head, rewriting what you should have said? Now guess how many hours they spent thinking about you in that exact same window. Probably close to 0. Be honest with that math, because that gap right there is your current ceiling. Everything below it is what the next 2 parts are going to fix. Part 3. The quench. Once metal is finally shaped, it gets plunged into cold water without warning. That sudden shock is what locks the shape in permanently. For you, the quench is the moment something happens that you did not see coming. And here's what almost nobody catches in the moment it's happening. The event itself is neutral. It has no opinion about you. It's your read of it that burns. Someone cancels on you last minute. That's just information, nothing more. A friend takes 2 days to reply to a text that mattered to you. Still just information. The story you immediately tell yourself that you weren't a priority, that you were disrespected on purpose. That's the part that actually hurts. And you wrote every word of it yourself, in real time, without anyone asking you to. Catch that gap once, on purpose, and you found the exact place where your mind either locks into its new shape or cracks straight through. Slow down before the story starts writing itself. React to what actually happened, not to the version your ego just handed you, dressed up as the truth. Part 4. The temper. A blade that's only been quenched is hard, but it's brittle. One solid hit in the wrong place, and it snaps clean in half. So it gets reheated gently again and again at a much lower flame until the hardness stays but the brittleness finally leaves. This is the part almost everyone skips because from the outside, it doesn't look like anything is happening at all. It's rehearsal. Before the hard conversation, run it in your head first, specifically the version where it goes badly, and decide right now exactly how you would still stand in that version too. Before the flight gets canceled, before the deal falls through, before the news you've been quietly dreading finally arrives, whatever your specific fire is, spend 5 honest minutes imagining it and ask yourself what you would still have left standing afterward. The version of you that rehearsed it does not flinch when it actually shows up. The version that didn't breaks in public, in real time, in front of everyone watching. Most people only meet their worst case for the very first time on their actual worst day. You don't have to be one of them. Meet it early, on some random ordinary Tuesday when nothing is actually at stake yet. That's not pessimism talking, that's tempering. So go back to whatever is happening to you right now. The business, the marriage, the name being dragged through a room you weren't even in to defend yourself. The heat does not care whether you're ready for it. It never has, and it never will. But the version of you that walks out of this sharper instead of smaller already chose their own fire in advance, already knew exactly what was theirs to hold and what to drop without a second thought, already caught the story their ego was writing before it had the chance to burn, already rehearsed this exact day on some ordinary Tuesday months before it ever arrived. That's the entire difference, not the collapse itself. What was already forged inside you long before it hit. Nobody forges in front of an audience. It happens alone in the ordinary days, long before anyone's watching. If today is the day you finally start choosing your own heat, don't just watch this and move on like it was nothing. Stay. There's more forging left to do.